this video, we are going to discuss Latin semi-deponent verbs. These are treated in the Grammar for 3B on pages 156 to 57 in your textbook. What are semi-deponent verbs? Semi-deponent verbs, sometimes called simply semi-deponents, are verbs that have two non-deponent forms in their first two principal parts, but a deponent form in their third principal part. Here's a typical semi-deponent. Audio audere ausis sum. This means to dare, as in, I dared to do that. Or, will you dare to see the king? It usually takes an infinitive. In any case, audio audere looks just like the standard form for a second conjugation verb. And in fact, audio audere is a second conjugation verb. You might compare this to habeo habere. Ausis sum, on the other hand, looks like a deponent verb. So the first two principal parts of audio look like any normal second conjugation verb, but the third principal part looks like a deponent verb. So you can recognize semi-deponent verbs because their first two principal parts look like non-deponent verbs, but their third principal part looks deponent. Audio and other semi-deponents act like non-deponent verbs in the present and future. Here is the present of audio, which means I dare. Audio, I dare, audes, you dare, audet, he dares, audemos, we dare, audetis, y'all dare, audent, they dare. Of course, this is exactly like habeo, habes, habet, habemos, habetis, habent, the irregular verb habeo. And in the future, we have audebo, I will dare, audebis, you will dare, audebit, he will dare, audebimus, we will dare, audebitis, y'all will dare, audebunt, they will dare. And you can compare that to the regular second conjugation verb habeo. Habebo, habebis, habebit, habebimus, habebitis, habebunt. But in the perfect, audio conjugates as a deponent. So we have ausus, ausa, ausum, sum. That means I dared. Ausas, ausa, ausum est, you dared. Ausus, ausa, ausum est, he dared, or she dared, or it dared. Ausi, ausi, ausa sumus, we dared. Ausi, ausai, ausa estis, y'all dared. And ausi, ausai, ausa sunt, they dared. Notice that the word has not changed in meaning. It still simply means dare. So if audio is I dare and audebo is I will dare, ausus sum is I dared. And by the way, there's no particular reason for this. Deponent verbs just do this, and you just have to get over it. Here's another semi-deponent, in fact a super important one, the verb fio, fieri, factus sum. If you know the expression fiat lux, which means let there be light, it comes from this verb. This is a common verb, and it means to happen, to become, to be made, to be done. It's quite irregular. First off, you might note that it tends to have long I's before other vowels. I think I've told you in this class that it's very rare in Latin for a vowel before another vowel to be long. Here it is in the present. Fio, fis, fit. These two parts are missing, and then fiunt. And those just have to be memorized. You will note, of course, that the long I had to shorten before this final T. We've seen that before. In the future, it is fiam, fies, fiet, fiemus, fietis, fient, and this looks quite a bit like the future of a third conjugation verb like dico. Dicam, dices, dicet, dicemus, dicetis, dicent. But notice the long I here before the ending, which is, as I say, unusual because it's rare in Latin to have a long I before another vowel, or any long vowel before another vowel for that matter. In the perfect, fio, fieri, factus sum conjugates as a deponent. Factus, facta, factum sum, factus, facta, factum est, factus, facta, factum est, facti, facta sumus, facti, facti, facta estis, facti, facta sunt. You might notice, by the way, this looks like the last principal part of the verb facio, facere, feci, factus. In fact, it is, and we will explain this later. That's an interesting fact, that this form factus is actually the same as the fourth principal part of facio. In fact, it is one and the same form. The end. This has been a Barking Blue Heeler production.